Hey everyone, how's it going? Beer League here. Just wanted to make a quick video this morning talking about some ring crafting here in 3.11 for the all content low life miner. We're making rings for an ES stacking character, and it's actually incredibly easy to create these types of rings this league. I can showcase a few examples here. This ring turned out fairly good. It does have a tier 3 increased maximum energy shield roll, which is not exactly what you want, but it's still a very strong ring with T1 spell damage, T1 maximum energy shield, and then a lot of resists on it. And then you have another ring here, which I can showcase as well. It's tier 1 energy shield, tier 1%. Evasion, which we couldn't end up getting rid of, but 3 very strong resists as well. Harvest allows us to craft these pretty easily. I've had a few people asking about it, so I just want to make a quick video on that as well. Side note, this also does work with belts. However, the belt base is a little bit more expensive. We'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to start off with at least an item level 82 Crusader's Moonstone Ring. It's possible to do this on other bases. It does not have to be a Moonstone Ring, but Moonstone bases are fairly cheap, so you're looking at 20 to 30 C for the base, as opposed to at least an X or two for something like an Opal base. Although this would work perfectly fine on an Opal base if you're looking to pick up some more damage, would definitely recommend the Opal base over the Moonstone base. However, if you're looking for some more energy shield, the Moonstone base is fairly nice. So what we're really looking for here is we're looking to turn this Moonstone Ring into a normal item with an Orb of Scouring, and then we're looking to alt into T1 Energy Shield. It is acceptable to get the energy shield percentage as well. However, the problem with that is that there are only 3 tiers of increased maximum energy shield the percent, while there's a lot of tiers of the flat ES. And if you're using harvest crafting to add a new defense item, you're going to really struggle to hit T1 flat often. However, you do hit T1 increased maximum energy shield the percent fairly often while utilizing this technique. So let's see if I can hit one here really quick. If not, it's okay. I'll go ahead and explain the rest of the craft here. So what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for something that either has a really strong suffix for me, or I'm looking for something that has a T1 energy shield. So dexterity is actually something to build once, so we'll go ahead and aug that. Okay, we didn't hit anything good. Keep going. That's T2. We don't want that. We'll go through maybe 50 or so and see if we hit anything. Nope. It's tried. This is T2. This is actually okay. So if we hit something on the AUG and then we hit a good Regal, this is going to be really rare to hit that. Okay, let's see if we hit it here on video. No, we didn't, of course. So we could go from here. We could continue to craft on this. So since we hit the tier 2 energy shield, we've got lightning damage on there, which means we can use add and remove. Let's go ahead and we'll take this as an example of what we would want to do with a ring that we wanted to craft on. So we're going to go ahead and head over to the Sacred Grove, and we're looking for a couple things here. You guys have to bear with me as I always forget which crafts are where in my little horror crafting setup. Okay. We don't want remove, although we can utilize this later if we're really looking to augment the item further. Okay, so we could this augment an item with a new defense modifier. We actually have 2 open prefixes on this ring here. You can see it over there on the right hand side. So if we augment the item with a defense modifier, there's only 2 things that this can potentially hit. We can hit either energy shield or we can hit evasion. Now obviously we don't want evasion, but for us, there's no real way for us to block evasion very well. What that does do for us, however, is if we end up slamming this with augment an item with a new defense modifier, we can hit evasion first, and then it's guaranteed on the second one to hit maximum energy shield, which is good. Now the problem with this one is that it is going to be extremely rare to hit, well, not extremely rare, but fairly rare to hit T1 maximum energy shield. Whereas hitting the increased maximum energy shield is actually a little bit easier. But this is how you would end up crafting that. Let me see if I actually have two. If I have two, we'll try it out here. An augment with a new defense modifier. Okay, we do actually have two. So we could go for it here. And then we could do resists on it as well. Alright, we'll go for it. Why not? So we're on video here. So we're going to go ahead and augment an item with a new defense modifier, hoping that it is T1 energy shield. Although, like I said, this is not the crafting method I recommend. I recommend instead going for flat maximum energy shield, but just because we're here on the video, we'll go ahead and see what happens. We hit the evasion. Is it T1 evasion? It's tier 3 evasion. And then we're going to go ahead and hit it again. This will guarantee that we get the maximum energy shield. And it did, but it rolled crap. So as you can see, this item is now not very good. Although if we had an remove if we had remove defense modifier from an item, we could try and slam it again. Okay, we don't have one of those crafts right now, I don't think. Yeah, we don't. So this item is essentially bricked, and I'd start over again. But now these crafts are actually fairly common. So if you're running higher tier maps, you're going to see these crafts all the time, and that is a great way to craft these rings. The way that you finish off the suffixes is simply to use the augment with a new either remove, oh no, don't use that one. Don't use remove a random lightning modifier. Let's see if I can find the correct one here. Here we go. Augment a magic or rare item with a new fire modifier. This will more than likely roll fire resists to the ring, which you can see I've added to here, both of these. And then you can re-roll that with remove fire, add fire. So that is the simple way to craft these rings. Again, it works on the belts as well, but 100% do not do what I did in the video. We just did that for the video here to showcase what it looks like. But make sure you always start with T1 maximum energy shield, and then roll on the percent increased maximum energy shield. Rings and belts will add a huge amount of ES for you in your build. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.